What makes this different from any other hotel opening is numerous things. From its rich history, from the address of 42nd and Broadway that you can't replicate, to being part of this new renaissance at Times Square, and not to mention the almost $250 million investment into this property, we have the power to create something special. We don't just have the power, we have the responsibility. It's almost our spiritual duty to relive the exact concept of what John Jacob Astor was trying to accomplish 100 years ago. History is not just important, I think it's everything. It's the foundation of who we are. You know, history is religion, history is great leaders, history is great architecture. So to embellish and pay homage to the history of the Knickerbocker is our obligation to do that. So it all started in 1906, the Knickerbocker, when this was Longacre Square, well before New York Times moved in and called it Times Square. It was built by the great John Jacob Astor. It's the greatest of the greats, where luxury room rates were going for $2.25 a room. He was having parties on gold plates for John D. Rockefeller and F. Scott Fitzgerald for $500 a plate. It's a city that's starting to never sleep, where dreams are made, where there's a race for the skyscraper, a race for the subway, and there's this influx of immigrants and diversity all racing for this dream.
Well, I think one of the unique characteristics about this project is that it was really kind of a back to the future narrative. So the building itself, obviously a very illustrious past.
There's not a building in the neighborhood that's not plastered by LED and billboards. The Knickerbocker is going to be, as always, a historical respite, an oasis from the intensity of Times Square.
If you had to generate the most difficult project you could, if you might take middle of Times Square, landmarks project, complete gut renovation. It's a challenging project with all of those associated hurdles, both design hurdles, cost hurdles, schedule hurdles.
The workforce on this project, it extends well beyond the 200, 300 men and women that you see on site. I mean, you have furniture coming from Asia, you have stone coming from Europe.
The integrity of the hotel is so authentic that every single detail was not spared through the architecture, through the address, through the crossroads of the world. It's a daunting task to bring it to what it should be right now.
Library, a wine bar, the bar, there's going to be a bar lounge, and there's going to be an event space in that section. To get to where we are today took so long, so many meetings, and so many people involved, so many designers, that it's going to be exciting to actually see this thing finished. And we actually have a drink on the roof.
So many monikers about the hotel business. Is it lifestyle, is it luxury? And I think today's luxury is something that there is a race to really conquer. I think luxury today is relevant. I think it's efficiency over excess. I think it's millionaires in jeans. I think it's, so luxury is a little bit of everything. So they brought in Charlie Palmer, right? Arguably the epitome of what New York is today. As celebrity chefs come and go, Charlie's made such a name for himself, whether it's Las Vegas, Napa Valley, Dallas, or New York.
Imagine like 35 feet of bar.
That's crazy.
This is a statement in itself here.
That this is the patinaed copper that's 100 years old, next to the restoration, that actually landmarks is extremely, extremely protective, that we don't try and replicate nature. We'll really just make it, and there's just very few people in the world that could replicate what these artisans did. You know that we've been growing the green wall for 2 years in the greenhouse, just so it's the right thickness, so it's a green shag carpet of floral and fauna right across. Fitness for the traveler is big. I decided to get basically a famous New York Knick, one of the 25 New York Knicks of all time. He's known for being actually a beast on the court, but Larry Johnson.
Like I said, being a former Knickerbocker, being a former NBA player, you see guys once they retire and start letting themselves go a little bit. I see some of my friends, you know, and it's like, whoa, you know, this dude was a professional athlete at one point, but you can't tell now. So always on the road. Right now, the second job we got is, you know, we do various events, speaking points, and, you know, to go to different schools, different colleges, and where we staying. You know, and like I said, this is just a perfect fit. And I'm telling my guys that ever come to New York, Muggsy Bogues, Kendall Gill, these guys that I played with throughout the league, man, when you come to New York, we got the right place for you to stay, right in the heart of the city, right in the heart of everything. And the hotel is beautiful. You'll have a great time. And I'm in charge of the weight room. I'm in charge of the athletic center, and I'm gonna put it together to where guys, when they come in town, they feel like home, feel like something. Let me go work out. Let me go work out. I'm gonna make it very personal.
Ted Gibson, who's known for his $1,200 men's haircut, you know, his TV shows like What Not to Wear, you know, his appearances on Today's Show and Good Morning America. His regulars include Angelina Jolie, Anne Hathaway, Lupita, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the type of people. And I said to him, Ted, I want you to style our staff, just like it's the Oscars. So right before we open, we're gonna have a red carpet right into our ballroom. We're gonna have mirrors and stylists, and we're gonna learn how to look like a star.
The Knickerbocker Hotel is bringing a certain kind of sensibility that needs to happen in New York. It's bringing a certain kind of energy, it's bringing a certain kind of luxury, it's bringing a certain kind of feel with all these great partners. And when you're at the Knick, that 5-star luxury experience is what you're going to have, because right down from the time that you arrive at the hotel, from the way that the staff looks, to their hair, to their makeup, to their clothes, and as a style curator, I feel really blessed to have had that opportunity to be a part of that.
Everything that makes people tick now to embrace the history and deliver an unbelievable experience is what the Knickerbocker is all about.
I just think with the way that corporate has built up around the Knick and the kind of rejuvenation of the entire area all the way through to Bryant Park, this was a phenomenal opportunity for us. And it really closed out our story. This is going to be the jewel of the portfolio, and it's going to be a phenomenal hotel.
You know, Times Square had many generations, whether it was crime, down to Disneyfication. Now we're at the next level. That is actually the empire of Manhattan. Everything is inland. Everything revolves around Times Square. Whether it's legal, media, finance, all the big boys are in our neighborhood. So our mission is this. We have to be Renaissance men. We have to be holistic in the way we think, whether it's spiritual, philosophical, physical, our bodies, our minds, our soul, everything. It has to reflect in every single colleague. We have to be master storytellers. We have to captivate our audience, whether we make beds or serve food. But it has to populate to every single person that has a Knickerbocker tag. And that's a big duty. But it's something we're willing to do and have our eye on.